welcome to another live virtual reality stream of X-Plane 12. And today we've come all the way to Southeast Asia. In the distance there is the Chao Phraya River, which for those who've been there will know that that is the main river flowing through the city of Bangkok. In front of us is Bangkok Suvarnabhumi airfield, where we're flying from today. And we're doing a short trip to Ho Chi Minh City, formerly Saigon, in Vietnam. So let's get down onto the tarmac, where, as always, we'll see our trusty Challenger 650 aircraft sitting on the tarmac waiting for us. Nice evening in Bangkok. Flight's just over an hour. So let's get in the cockpit and get going. Okie dokie. For those of you who've seen the stream before, you'll know that it's all in VR. Worth saying, I think, at the start, this is not any kind of lesson in how to fly the Challenger. There are people who do that way better than I do. This is really about just showing a bit of VR, which is a much maligned thing, mainly because it's quite difficult, to set up, and particularly to stream, because of all the things you have to get into the cockpit by various means. So let's start by programming the aircraft's flight management computers, of which there are 3 here in the Challenger. Okay, first thing we'll get is check database dates. That's our status page here. In fact, what I'll do is I'll just zoom in here in the cockpit so you can see a little bit closer what is going on. Alrighty, so active database is wrong, so we swap those over. There we go. Very good. Pausing it, not necessary, but we'll put it in there anyway. On GNS position. Good. We'll now go to index, route menu, flight plan recall, and this is to download the Simbri flight plan. We're putting in the number here that we've told Simbri to expect. We send that, and we wait. We're online with Vatsim today. Quite a few people online. Various centres and approaches. In fact, we've got a tower here. Could be interesting. Let's see if we can get an ATIS from one of them. We can do that in the Challenger if they're sending a digital ATIS. VTBS. Send. This is the brand new beta version of the Challenger 650, which I'm flying today. There we go. It's received ATIS, and we've got one. Fantastic. So, and we've also got our flight plan. Let's just do the flight plan first. It comes in as a secondary flight plan. We activate that, and we execute it. That's now in. And to that we need to add our expected SID and star. It looks like we're going to have 19 left. This is Simbri OFP, which brings Simbri flight plans into the cockpit. You see there VTBS 19 left and a Gorsey 3 Juliet. So let's put that in. 19 left, Gorsey 3 Juliet. Execute. And as it currently stands in Ho Chi Minh City, we are expecting a Sapan 2 hotel into 25 right. So ILS 25 right, we'll go for whiskey, I guess. And there's a Sapan 2 hotel. Okay, so Sapan 2 hotel, it's that one. Execute. Let's have a little look at the legs pages now. Make sure there's nothing weird. Runway 19 left. Discontinuity there, we've got 2 Sapans. Get rid of one of those. execute that. Next. Next, next. Test continuity there, that's heading in towards the runway. We'll close that up for now. Very good. That's that in and done. So, we do our perf in it. The fuel will be sensed from the tanks. 3,300 kilograms, there we are. 1630 in the right, 1670 in the left. Flight level 250. Probably get higher than that today. I think I failed 390 with Vatsim, so let's try. Let's see what they give us. I'm trying to remember what I filed with Vatsim here. I did change it because I thought that looked a bit low for the Challenger. Let's go to takeoff. Our winds today then 110 degrees 5 knots. Outside air temperature balmy 27 degrees. QNH 1012. Is done. Okay, next centre of gravity arbitrary 25 we'll put in here. Not yet critical in the current build of the Challenger. Send. There you go, magenta. There's magenta, go up to there, and that's our V rotator 121. We can now get some winds en route, I think. Flight plan wind update. Set that going. Okay, and that's pretty much set up, to be honest. So we've got information Papa active here. Let's zoom back out again so we can start getting the rest of the cockpit ready. Information Papa is active, so we will set that up in the little knee board here. This is open knee board. We're on stand 130 on the east apron. So I'll just put that in here so that I know what I'm talking about when I talk to ATC. We've received ATIS information Papa. And we're expecting 19 left right. So it could be either of those. Okay. Those who haven't seen this, open knee board, originally designed for DCS. It enables us to not only write on an actual tablet, which I've got a pen in my hand that I'm doing now on a Wacom tablet, we can have actually outside programs in the cockpit, which is magnificent. That's just checking that our stream is working, which it is, all looking very good. Won't be using that today. Sky Demon doesn't cover Southeast Asia. That's our restring chat for any of you that join in. And that's our Chrome. So we'll move from the stream onto SimAware, and we can see there that we are situated in Southeast Asia. Bit of weather there by the look of it. Okay, let's finish setting up the cockpit and decide what ATC we should be talking to. Bangkok have two airports, VTBD, Don Muang, kind of the smaller airlines and shorter flights, and the one we're at today, Suvarnabhumi. We've got the ATIS. I guess we're going to talk to, interesting question, do we talk to the tower or do we talk to Bangkok Centre? I think we'll go for the tower. 118.2 is tuned. I'll just tune the ATIS to make sure our radios are working. 12765. Wet 300 Zulu. Wet 120 at 5.
Web variable between 080 and 170.
They are indeed. So back to the tower we go, 1182. And let's continue setting up the cockpit. Checklist we've done up to the point where we are ready to start the engine, simply because it's much easier in virtual reality. We don't do the walk around thing or the FBO, which is part of the Challenger's wonderful setup. It doesn't particularly work well in VR, so we're inside the cockpit and ready to start. As I said, this is not really a lesson in how to fly the Challenger. I will leave that up to you other people. Okay. Well, we could ask this tower whether A, we're supposed to be talking to him, and B, what we should be doing. Let's have a look here. So we're stand 130, we have information Papa, and we're going to Ho Chi Minh City. Bangkok Tower, Saudi Cap. This is November 5084 Victor. We're in the East Apron, stand 130. We're a Challenger, information Papa, for clearance to Ho Chi Minh City.
November 5084 Victor Tower, Saudi Cap. You will need to choose another flight level. The only available one is 270, 330 and 410.
84 Victor, we can probably take 410.
4107. For Victor, clearance is ready. Report ready to copy.
84 Victor is ready.
For Victor, you cleared to Ho Chi Minh via flight plan route. Corsi 3 Juliet departure, runway 19 left. Initial climb 6,000 feet. Expect flight level 410. Squawk 7224.
We're cleared to Ho Chi Minh City, flight plan route Corsi 3 Juliet departure, initially 6,000 feet, squawk 7224. And can you confirm the runway again for 84 Victor?
Runway 19 left.
19 left, thank you. We're ready for start. We don't need a push from where we are.
Roger, startup approved. Facing south on Tango 5. QNH 1012.
Startup approved, facing south on Tango 5. Thank you, 84 Victor.
Tower Thai 912 requesting taxi.
410.
Entering 912, taxi to holding point, runway 19 right via Tango 17, Tango 16.
Rave.
Delta 4, Echo 2.
410.
Taxi to holding point, runway 19 right, taxi via Tango 17 and Tango 16, Delta 4, Echo 1.
Seems happy.
Entering 912, holding point, Echo 2.
The squawk is 7224. If you think the writing bad on the tablet, by the way, you should see it in real life. I write like a doctor, so they say. Okay. Now, thinking south on Tango 5 is what he wants us to be. So let's have a little look at what he means by that. I see, facing south there on Tango 5, so that's fine. So let's go through the before start checklist.
Engine start checklist. Doors.
Are closed.
Closed. Parking brake and pressure.
Is set.
Checked. Beacon.
Can come on.
On. Fuel boost pumps.
Can come on.
On. Ignition.
We'll have B.
Armed. Engine 2 start.
Hold the button down. We get a start. We look for 20% N2. Adding fuel. N1 and ITT are rising. Looks like a good start.
Fuel system.
Boost pumps can come off. Fuel pump, that's correct. And another one coming up now. There we go, left fuel, left pressure.
912, wind 110 at 5 knots.
Boost pumps are back on.
Clear for takeoff before airborne.
Checked. Engine 1 start.
Engine 1 start. Press the starter. We have a start indication. We observe N2 at 20%. We add fuel. M1 is rising, ITT is rising. We're looking here for 246 as the first numbers of these. We've got 27, 444, 64. It's a good start.
Engine start checklist complete. After start checklist, next.
Okay, we'll have that.
After start checklist. Generator 1 and 2.
Is on.
On, checked AC and DC. Ignition.
Can come off.
Disarmed. Packs.
Are on.
On. 14th stage. Open. Flight controls.
Elevators, ailerons, and rudder, all checked.
Checked. Ground spoilers.
And spoilers. Disarm. Arm, we get the indication. Disarm, we get the indication, and back to auto.
Checked. Stowed. Auto. Flight spoilers.
We can check those. We see them moving on the indication here. Fully, and then stowed.
Checked. Stowed. Fuel balance.
1600, 1660.
Checked. Trims.
5 on the stabilizer. We just have a little nose down on that. 4.8 is good. We've got rudder and aileron trim is set.
3 set for takeoff. No steer.
Is armed.
APR.
APR is over here. Kind of difficult to test in VR because we're supposed to move that forward and look, which is hard to do. We can test here. Okay, APR test 2 OK comes up.
Checked. Armed. 14th stage isolation valve. Checked. ATS.
ATS, so that's our auto-throttle system on the side here.
N1 TO. ATC TCAS.
M1TO here.
TARA. After start
TO
checklist
here.
complete. Taxi checklist next.
1 minute.
Roger, taxi checklist is next. So we can lose this now. We don't need the SimBrief OFP anymore. There's a bit more space in the cockpit. Facing south. Let's move now from, this is Navigraph charts by the way, Navigraph VFR charts, which you can get on the Avatab. Fantastic. You can now go back to the actual airport chart. Tango 1, actually we saw it better on the Navigraph chart, is that centre line there, isn't it? There we go. That's Tango 2, I beg your pardon. Yes, so it's facing south on Tango 2. That's it. So we'll just move forward a little bit and run our taxi checklist. So release the parking brake.
Taxi checklist. Taxi lights. On. Wing and cowl anti-ice.
We won't need them in Bangkok today.
Norm.
All station
On or
power
off.
is back.
Brakes and steering.
Here's check left, check right, brake right, brake left.
Checked. Reverse thrust. checked. Flaps 20. Altimeters set and cross-checked. Radar weather
012.
on. Takeoff briefing.
012 is set. And 1012 is set. This is Tango 2. Right. Reset parking brake. So we're going to 19 left, so let's see what route we should expect. It looks pretty straightforward. Tango to Bravo 1 by the look of it. I'll take off. Let's just have a look here. A lot of ground charts at Bangkok. Look at all that lot. Unbelievable. Departure. Okay, let's just check what that departure was again. Course 3 Juliet. Let's have a look at that. Corsi 3 Juliet. So, my initial altitude we're cleared to is 6,000 feet. So we'll set that 6,000 feet. Which we've done. 200 knots is set. V speeds are in 121. FMS1 is our navigation source. We'll have nav as our navigation mode on departure. Alt select 6000, 6000, that checks. And our QNH 1012 is set and checked. So the departure is fairly straightforward. Corsi, so it's a left turnout climbing to 6000 towards Corsi. Corsi 3 Juliet. We're aiming to go to flight 410. I think we're ready to go.
Reviewed. Taxi checklist complete. Before takeoff checklist next.
Okay, so let's wait for this potentially quite simple, hopefully, taxi clearance. November 84 Victor is pushed and started and is now ready for taxi.
84 Victor, roger, taxi to holding point runway 19 left. We are Tango 5, Tango 4, Charlie 4, Bravo 2.
Holding point 19 left, Tango 5, Tango 4, Charlie 4 and Bravo 2 for 84 Victor. Tango 5, Tango 4, that's good. We've got Charlie 4 and then Bravo 2. That's it. So down here, left turn, Bravo 2. Lovely. Okay. Off we go. This is the default Suvarnabhumi airport. It is a beautiful airport in real life with really intricate buildings. I must get the X-Plane 12 version of that. It's quite an outstanding airport. I'm lucky enough to have been there many, many times. Thailand, one of my favourite places in the world. I lived there for a little while in Phuket. Love Thailand, love the people, and of course love the food. Now, here we come now, down the Tango. We want to go Tango 4. Huge airfield. Used to be the other airfield. Don Muang was the international airport here at Bangkok. It handled everything. They only had the one, and then they built this one from scratch and moved all the low-cost airlines to Don Muang. Tango 2 going past, that's correct. Tango 3 coming up. Of course, in the real this is a very busy airport. Tango 5, Tango 4, which will be the next left. Yeah, Bangkok in real life looks quite extraordinary as an airport.
Before takeoff checklist. Passenger signs. Advised on. Anti-collision light. On. Probes. On. Windshield heat. On. Wing and cowl anti-ice. Norm on or off. Continuous ignition. On. ATC TCAS. TARA. CAS. Takeoff config OK.
Victor, wind 020 degrees at 3 knots, runway 19 left, clear for takeoff, report airborne.
Clear takeoff 19 left and we'll report airborne 84 Victor.
Checked. Landing, pulse, recog lights. On. Before takeoff checklist complete. After takeoff checklist next.
Clear to the left, clear to the right. Here comes 19 left. So takeoff, L now 1. V-rotate at 121, 6,000 feet initially.
Approaching 19 left. On runway 19 left.
A firm. Switch to the chart we need. We're ready to go. Okay, let's go. Automatic throttle system is engaged. Little bit of forward pressure. Airspeed's building.
80 knots.
Release forward pressure, N1 hold.
V1. Rotate. Positive rate. Gear up.
Flaps up. Passing 400 feet. Autopilot's engaged. 84 Victor is airborne passing 600 feet.
84 Victor, contact Bangkok approach 124.35. Have a good flight, so they have
12435, Kokun Maka. Four, 3, 5. 12435, that's correct. Bangkok approach, Saudi Cap, November 84 Victor, just departed, passing 2,500 for 6,000 feet.
November 5084 Victor, Bangkok City have identified 3,000 feet, climb via SID to flight level 160, report passing flight level 140, non-level destination.
Climb flight level 160 on the standard departure and we'll call you reporting flight level 14084 Victor. Okay,
Air Premier 601, cancel restriction, descent unrestricted flight.
So we need to delete that restriction.
65,000 aircraft 60 left.
Going to flight level change. Standard QNH. And we can climb now at VNAV speed. Perf. Resume 250 knots. After takeoff checklist.
After takeoff checklist. Landing gear. Up. Flaps. 0.
Air Premier
Thrust
601,
reversers.
master
Off.
Bravo
Ignition.
Sierra 501, maintain
Off.
present
Pressurization.
heading, descent 3,000.
Checked. PAX transition.
50, maintain present indication. Descent 3,000 confirmed.
Just put our headphones on here so we
Completed.
quieten the cabin down a little bit.
Bravo Sierra 501.
Climb set. APU generator. Off. APU. Shut down. Passenger signs. On, off, or auto. CAS.
That is clear.
Clear. After takeoff checklist complete.
And there we are with Bangkok in the distance. Beautiful. Passing 140, we need to give them a call.
5. Five zero eight four Victor, proceed at the crossing.
Director Gorsey for 84 Victor, and we're just passing flight level 130.
Uh, 5084 Victor, the report altitude point is flight level 14, sir, but anyway, you can contact Bangkok Control 132.120.
132.1, 84 Victor.
Air Premier 601 left heading.
I thought I'd just get that in one. I had him on frequency there, but there we are. Can't win them all. Thought we could got a continuous climb out of him there. Bangkok Control, Saudi Cap, November 5084 Victor, flight level 160.
November 5084 Victor, Bangkok Control, good evening, radar contact flight level 160, climb flight level 410.
Flight level 410, 84 Victor. Okay, 410, all the way we go. Need to get a decent rate of climb here. So we'll leave it at 270. Where does it think we're going to make that top of climb? No, that's okay. Yeah, that's fine.
I wanted to declaring emergency to generator.
Oh dear.
Fuel. Now we heading 030 and descend
Oh dear.
250.
I-132 Roger. 132 descent flight level 180. Are you able to direct to Sabai?
After that, Thai 132, we can direct Sabai for Thai 132.
VVTS.
VVTS.
Direct Sabai.
Thai 132 direct Sabai.
Sabai ใจเลย
Interesting. An emergency. Okay, Sapi 2 Hotel into 25 right is what we're expecting. Arrival. Sapi 2 Hotel. Sit there. Into 25 right. And we've got ILS Whiskey 25 right. Not sure what she's going to give us there. We've not got that there, so let's go ILS Yankee 25 right. Got it. Wow. Yankee 25 right. Put that in for now. Execute.
แบตเตอรี่นะวัน2นะรีบแม็กซ์เป็นวันที่ได้ที่คอมวัน2ได้ไหมสวัสดีครับ
What's this for 80? Sorry, cutting you 80, sorry.
ได้ Fresh 086 welcome back
All looking good.
Hi 132 direct no deck
Not sure the stream. That's all looking good too.
Hi 132 no deck Hi 132 direct no deck
Okay, we can now, as we've got some time, pop that open here. And we can data link ATIS, and we'll get our ATIS for our arrival airfield, which is VVTS. We'll make it a alter updated one. That means when they change it, we will get it automatically. There's the ATIS. Information Victor. ILS Whiskey runway 25 right. So that's what we need. So we will write the first time. ILS Whiskey 25 right. Let's find that. ILS Whiskey 25 right. There it is. Execute that. Not sure we had the chart for that. Let's check again. Oh, there it is. ILS Whiskey 25 right. Got it. Don't need that one. We will take the ground charts for Ho Chi Minh while we're here. 56 ground charts. Goodness me. Wow. This could be entertaining. 25 right. Where should we try and get to? Yankee 4 apron, I guess. Okay. There's our Sappin arrival. All looking good. Passing flight level 290.
Hi 132 do you need emergency landing or normal landing is okay Hi 122 Mayday engine 1 fire emergency landing
Oh dear. Poor chap.
Hi 132 Roger and
Not sure standing by is the thing he wants to be doing now.
Hi 132 turn right heading 060 expect ILS Zulu runway 19 left Suvarnabhumi expect 19 left Suvarnabhumi for Thai 122 and left 060
Not often you hear an emergency on Vatsim.
I 132 do you got the fire under control 132 affirmative sir 132 contact Bangkok approach 124.35 good day 124.35 thanks for the help
the moon in X-Plane 12 is somewhat ludicrous, in my view. Look at the size of that, it's ridiculous. Don't know why they think that's correct. Anyway, that aside, X-Plane 12 is performing beautifully now. Could do with a little bit of tweaking in VR. We're still getting pretty much no anti-aliasing, but it's on the way. This is auto-ortho, by the way, for Southeast Asia that we're running here, which is now working very, very well, up to, I think 7.1 is the current version I'm running. 0.71, whichever one it is. Working well, I think. Certainly it's a lot less bothersome than using ortho tiles, and it looks great. Nearly at the top of climb. MFD data. Some progress here. 31 miles to top of climb, 235 miles to top of descent. That's us in the middle there. Ho Chi Minh is going to be very busy today. There's a flying going on, which is coming from the other side, from Hong Kong. If we look here, you can see on the bottom right corner there, pretty busy. Hopefully they'll squeeze us in. Beautiful. So when we get to top of climb, let's have a look. Speed we can get out of this. .82, looking good. Looking very nice. Hope it's all coming across nicely for you who are watching. As I mentioned before, VR is quite challenging, just getting all this stuff in the cockpit, whereas on a normal screen or with two screens, you just look at it basically and it's there and you can move stuff around very easily. But to get it into the VR world is sometimes impossible. You really have to rely on other people's programs to have done that for you. Open kneeboard's a godsend, this one here. Particularly the writing on the pad, but the killer app is that you can bring other programs into VR, which has really changed it for me. Magnificent piece of work. And not only can you bring them in, you can interact with them to a limited fashion, but you can certainly interact with them. So that's just wonderful for me. So we can move that map around there. Absolutely wonderful. That's us there, by the way. There we are. Just about to move to a different control zone. Don't know if there's anyone monitoring that one. We may be put onto as we go into Cambodia here, another wonderful part of the world, by the way. We may go to Unicom. That's 1,000 to go. Just approaching our top of climb now. We're under VNAV control, so the speed should increase to 0.82 and the aircraft will accelerate. It's a magenta, which means, there we go, 0.82. That means we're under VNAV control. aircraft now sitting at flight level 410 will start to accelerate to Mach decimal 82.
November 5084 Victor, Model Common 22 decimal 8, good day.
122 decimal 8, thank you for your service. Sawadee Cap. Okay, we're on our own now. Check here, so VVTS, that's our destination, 384 miles to go. We'll arrive there at 1241 in just under an hour's time. 1.8 tons of fuel remaining on landing. So it looks like the next people we'll be talking to are Ho Chi Minh itself. I'd imagine this VBHM, yeah, Ho Chi Minh Control 13235 possibly. I'll guess at that one for now. 1 3 2 3 5. Got that there. I think we can probably take this to Mach decimal 84. Certainly 0.83. Get a little bit more out of her. Yes, this Sky Demon, which is a UK-based real-world program, doesn't cover Southeast Asia, but very useful for flying in Europe. So it's crossing the border now into Cambodia as night time begins to fall. Very nice. Start turning the brightness down of the displays. If you've been wondering how I've been doing various things without pushing buttons, I use something which is rather helpful, which are two MIDI controllers originally meant for music, and what they enable me to do is they're basically 8 rotary controls, 16 physical buttons and 8 buttons on the push buttons on the rotary knobs. I have 2 of those, and you can assign them to anything you want. It's a bit fiddly to assign, but wonderful to use for flying, because you can physically push buttons and turn knobs. So for example, if you look at the left PFD there, I'm actually turning the brightness knob on my X MIDI controller. Absolutely fantastic, really helpful. So that's why you don't see me going to the actual knobs here up on the dashboard, which I could do. Dashboard, control panel. A lot of aircraft streaming in now from Hong Kong. Yeah, we've reached Mach decimal 83, which is nice. Top of descent rapidly disappearing now, down to 169 miles now. Dim that a bit. And here. So I've got information Victor. It's looking like arrival runway 25 right, as we said. We can just write in here 25 right here. Victor currently. 110 degrees 4 knots. Can lose all this now. One of the great things as well about the pad, the Wacom pad, is that with the little pen you get a button on the side of it, and you can actually, if you press that button, you can erase things. Just tidy it up nicely. There we go. Lovely stuff. Really, really nice to do. Not expensive, to be fair. The little tablet, can't remember exactly, but I'm pretty sure it was around 80 or so UK pounds. That's an update now of the ATIS. Still arrival ILS Whiskey Runway 25 right. But we have now information Whiskey, not Victor, so I can change that. I do wish my actual writing was better. Whiskey. That's not the pad being inaccurate, it's me being a dreadful writer. A glass of water. All looking good. Night arrival into Ho Chi Minh. Ho Chi Minh City, another fascinating Vietnam, again, another amazing country. I do love Southeast Asia. It's my favourite part of the world. Ho Chi Minh City, what a history. Crikey. If you ever get a chance to go to that part of the world, do everything you can to go. The people are just outstanding in Thailand, and particularly Cambodia and Vietnam, where they have every reason to be quite bitter about a lot of things. They're really not. They're quite the opposite. Charming and lovely people. Right, let's start looking at this. We're a bit early, but let's start looking at this descent. Perth legs, there we are. That's our actual hard restriction there, 15,000 there at or below. The hard restriction is Letro at 7,000. So that's probably the one we will put in and let it calculate the path on the way down. So let's look at this complex airport that we're landing at. We're landing 25 right. So it looks like we'll roll out kind of Papa 4, maybe Papa 5, crossing the runway. It's a domestic passenger terminal. I think we could probably park on that apron there. Let's have a little look here. Vaco apron. I wonder if that's for business jets. Parking positions, see parking stands. Yeah. Okay, let's have a look. Parking stands. I think we'll head down to there if possible. These look like they may be gates, which you don't want. The Vaco apron may be good for us. Here we are on the map. PNH, I'm assuming, is Phnom Penh, capital of Cambodia. As the night draws in, one of the drawbacks of auto also is the lighting isn't great on the ground at night. So there we are, can't do everything. In fact, what I may do is make this a day landing by just winding the time back. Just think is what I'll do, so we can enjoy some of the scenery rather than being pitch black outside. So on X-Plane, I can assign one of those knobs I mentioned on the X-MIDI control to time, and there we go. As if by magic, we're back in daytime. If you're watching the stream at a later date and enjoying it, press subscribe, be lovely. It's a bit of a kind of, I guess it's a niche thing, VR, but I love VR. I've not been able to go back to normal, if you call it that, 2D flying very easily after having been in VR. It's just the nearest thing to actually getting in an aircraft again. Hopefully we'll miss the rush at Ho Chi Minh. Don't know when that event ends. For those who are interested in specs, by the way, not glasses, but the specifications, quite a beefy computer running this. It's an Intel i9 13900K with a 4090 NVIDIA graphics card, and that's driving a Vario Aero VR headset. Pretty much as good as it gets. Very lucky to have managed to save up enough pennies to go for that just as the 13900s and the 4090 came out. So I jumped ship from my trusty old PC, which had now been put into service, I'm glad to say, as the streaming PC. So all this gets fed to a second machine which actually does the streaming to the outside world, which has been great because it takes a little bit of the load off the main PC. Again, VR, hard to record. What I'm doing now, for those who are interested in this kind of stuff, is with the Vario you get a mirror. In other words, you can get on the screen itself, you can see what you're seeing in the headset. And unlike Flight Simulator, it's not both eyes, it's a quite high quality one eye version of what you're seeing. So that's what I'm then capturing in OBS and then streaming. And the little trick for that is I have a second monitor, and I drag the Vario Aero's mirror, if you like, it's the analytics window is what Vario call it, to the second monitor. Now that monitor is not a 4K monitor, it's just a quite small 24-inch monitor, but I've set the resolution to 4K. So that means when you drag the Vario analytics window across, it appears to be very small on that screen. If you then maximize it, you get a very high quality mirror, which if you capture, looks really good. Much better than capturing it on the main display. It sounds crazy, like it wouldn't work, but it does work. So you're basically making the second screen resolution 4K, and it's not a 4K monitor, and then putting the Vario mirror, oh lightning, the Vario mirror over on that machine, and then expanding it out to a 4K resolution, which looks great. So that's what you're seeing now. Bit of weather here. As is often the case in Southeast Asia. .76 miles now to top of descent. See that in green. Here, top of descent, 74.7 miles. Currently 11:30, that's at 11:40, so 10 minutes away, 9 minutes away to be precise. Fabulous, look at that. Wow. Nasty cloud. Thank goodness we're not going through the middle of that. There we are, lightning in there. Whoa. Good job we climbed. We have a button on the yoke, by the way, which recenters. So if I move my head, let's say 40 degrees to the left, I can recenter the cockpit there. So that's my new center, if you like. Back to the front again, looking straight ahead of me, recenter. So that's on a button on the joystick. Recenters yourself in VR. And then with these displays down here, the open kneeboard, I can recenter them individually over to there, let's say, or I could put them over here. And then when you look at them, that's when they expand. See that? So I look at them and they expand. Wonderful, wonderful. Can't speak highly enough about that. Approaching Phnom Penh. There's another dodgy looking cloud there. Yep. Not flying through that one either, I'm delighted to say. Goodness me. Don't think you'd want to be going through that. Wow, spectacular. Lovely. Okay, back to the task in hand. 51 miles now to the top of descent. It's now appeared on the PFD. Here it is, TOD here. So we looked at this and we decided that 7,000 was our stop altitude at Letro. So let's come down to 7,000. Again, turning a knob on my X-Touch Mini. 7,000 is what we're looking for. As the lightning is all around us. Okay, 7,000. It's Ho Chi Minh City, not far away now, so let's start going back to these charts. We should start appearing on this map quite soon. There's a lot of lightning around here. Okay, so to make sure that this is going to go down on its own, we've got 38 miles to top of descent at 1140, so in 4 minutes time we're in VNAV mode, so it should begin the descent on its own. Checking here now, not in their control zone yet, still in Cambodia, so we'll be able to begin our descent on our own with any luck. Looks like we'll talk to that centre, or we may well end up talking to VVTS. Approach, potentially. Continuity there, get rid of that. So, I'll arrive at the Sapan 2 Hotel. Goes through all these waypoints and then to Letro. Yeah, initially Sapan though. We get a little beep in a moment which tells us the aircraft is about to approach top of descent. $20 to go. Overhead Phnom Penh now. Just past it. There it is. Okay. And still the lightning strikes around us. 12:10 is our arrival, so we've got 30 minutes to go. I wonder, could you just bring the time back again a little tad? Just serve the daytime arrival. I think I may do that. Slightly lighter. There you go. Top descent's coming up. And there's the first sign that the top of descent is happening. Little marker there, which is our V path. The aircraft will follow that V path down. So that's top there, come on pen, top left. Excuse me, I'll have a little drink. Okay, that little beat was the top of descent. So the aircraft is now descending. See, this has dropped back to Mach decimal 8, which is what we've set in the VNAV section of the flight management computer here. So it's descending it to Mach decimal 8, and here we are. It's meeting that path restriction, and we'll follow it down. It's like a very complex situation here. Yep, sending beautifully, Mach decimal 8. We may get a call to contact somebody, but let's see. We're over on the left here, underneath Prey Vang. There. And that's our destination. Ground and tower there. And approach 1255. We may have to talk to them. Let's go to centre, I think.
HS 309. Jet 309, sir, at the copy clearance, sir.
Turn it down a second. Do our descent checklist.
Descent checklist. Shoulder harness.
It's secure.
Secure. Passenger signs. On or auto. Pressurization.
It's set.
Set. Fuel quantity and balance.
1100, 1180.
Checked. FMS landing data charts.
Are checked and set.
Programmed set. Approach briefing.
We've done.
Reviewed. VNAV transition flight level.
Good question. Flight level 190.
Set. Descent checklist complete. In range
Okay.
checklist next.
So the QNH is 1013. Oh, how very convenient.
Good day. 155, correct. Thank you. Date 644 9,000. 91200, descend to 11,000. 11,000, 5 eject 120. Jet 311. Jet 311, ready for the clear, sir. Clear destination as far as Alpha Kilo Hotel Echo 1 Bravo departure via Sierra Alpha Delta Indian November Machali.
Sorry, I've made the daytime a little more again. Try to keep adjusting it like that, but quite nice to see the ground as we're in VR. We can do night flight another time. I need to talk to him shortly, I would think. Quite a complex looking arc round here.
311, sir, in fact, it's correct to land very sir.
There we come on the chart here. Just approaching Sappen.
Yes, 997, sir, left 3080.
And that looks like the beginning of the Vietnam FIR. Yes, it is. Ho Chi Minh FIR. In which case we should start talking to him, I think.
In the pump, sir. Sorry? Five 017, sir, left range 070. Can you repeat please, 5017? Say 8644, sir, contact approach on 125.5. 125.5, continue 644, thank you.
Ho Chi Minh radar, hello, November 5084 Victor. We are just approaching Sappen on the Sappen 2 Hotel arrival.
So 5084 Victor, sir, contact approach on 125.5, good day.
Straight to approach, thank you, 84 Victor.
Whiskey approach weight 25, right speed 227 knots to establish. Yes, that's actually my car park on the tower, but 187 today.
187,
90912, descend to 3,000 feet.
There's a 3,000 feet, maintain altitude.
W208, descend to 4,000 feet.
4,000 feet, contact today.
Approach hello, November 5084 Victor at Sappen, descending flight level 70.
Over 5084 for 2,700 rows wide.
Squawk ident 84 Victor.
Turn right heading 220, cleared iOS Whiskey approach weight 25, right?
Never squawked ident on this aircraft, that's first. Hopefully that's it.
Cleared RSLA 25 Victor Bridge.
There we are, ident.
5084 Victor, identify tail lettering 070, descend to 17,000 feet.
17,070 on the heading 84 Victor.
Entering 912 is heading to 202 descent.
From 330.
And turn left to 070.
Rather, heading 70.
So now on the heading.
And 5084 Victor, expect brake factors for IOS Whiskey Approach 25 right.
Whiskey 25 right, Echo Victor.
Ram 601, Lima, space Unicorn 122, that's right, United.
Great, okay.
Ram 601, leaving my airspace, Unicorn 122, that's right, United.
In range checklist. APU. Started. Altimeters.
Ram 601, affirm, Unicorn 122, that's right.
3 set, cross check. Avionics.
Descend to 3,000 feet.
Set. External lights. On. N1 target.
Right heading 340, descend to 4,000 feet.
Set. APU PAX transition.
508 Victor, descend to 5,000 feet.
5,000 feet.
Veil completed.
1013, 84 Victor.
APU generator. On. CAS.
5,000 feet.
And 532, speed 180 knots and 260 MD.
CAS is clear.
Checked. In range checklist complete.
All happening very
Before
fast now.
landing checklist
180
next.
knots and 260 MD.
180 knots and 460 MB. 902.
532, Contact Tower 118.7 today.
Channels 117.
320, speed 180 knots and 260 MD.
Busy.
Left heading 270.
180 knots and 260 ME and turn left 270, Canada to right.
3912, Contact Tower 118.7 today.
All right.
118.7. Entering 902.
Wind 23 on heading 270, cleared IOS Whiskey Approach 25 right.
On heading 270, cleared IS Whiskey 25
On
right.
185, local other ship tuned. Yeah, on 105.
Ho Chi Minh approach, Thai Vietjet 120 at 11,000, and we have information Whiskey.
Vietjet 120, cancel terminal hello, you can descend to 9,000 feet.
9,000, Thai Vietjet 120.
Looking good. So this is all disappearing now. As we're on vectors. There is the airfield, in fact. Done our in-range checklist, which is very important.
3644, descend to 3,000 feet.
Descend at 3,000 feet.
Bleed air gets set up by the first officer. Which will happen very fast now. They're going down to 5,000. QNH, yep, 1013.
Every 23, Contact Tower 118.7 today.
1187, Canada to right, thank you.
Bye.
Council Terminal, Moscow 8069er, airborne passing 1,500 for 9,000.
Goodbye. Thai Vietjet 120, turn right heading 340.
340, Thai Vietjet 120.
Number 5, Average November 5084 Victor, descend to 5,000 feet.
On the way down now, 5,084 Victor.
Thank you. And it's a fast call 8069, you identifying climb field is set to
Okay, we've got a
160.
restriction here, so
Climb me set to flight level 160, Moscow 8069.
8069, correction, climb field set to 12,000 feet.
not sending in VS for some reason.
Climb me set 12,000 feet, Moscow 8069.
Runway 8644, turn left heading 270, cleared IS, Whiskey approach 125 right.
Left heading 270, clear ILS, Whiskey approach runway 25 right to the 8644.
Runway 8644, speed 200, knots and to establish.
200 on to establish at the 8644.
And 5084 Victor, just confirm descending to 5,000 feet.
Affirm, 84 Victor. Well, we had so many restrictions there that that's what was stopping us.
Descend to 4,000 feet.
4,000, type B, jet 120.
Just giving them help here by making this a swift descent. I need to delete this restriction. Taken out of VNAV, that's why. That was the issue there. Operator error. Now we're in control. Okay, that was a silly thing to do because we had restrictions in there and we were in VNAV. It was meeting those restrictions, so refused to go into VS mode. All good now though, sitting at 3,000 feet a minute. Get us down in these good books again. Let's bring that back a little, 2,500-ish. Now we'll slow down. Go down and slow down.
Good day, November 125 Mike, information, X-ray,
Let's get rid of all this, it's all a bit...
Number 125 Mike, hello, descent phase 7,000 feet.
What is that 7,000 Mike?
VFjet 120, descent to 3,000 feet.
3,000, type B, jet 120.
Number 5084 Victor, turn right heading 130, descend to 4,000 feet.
130 on the heading and 4,000, 84 Victor. 130. And 4,000.
November 385, Tanzania terminal.
Altimeter setting.
VFjet 130, turn left heading 270, speed 200, knots to establish. Cleared IOS, Whiskey approach 125 right.
200, on the speed.
There we go, clear some of that stuff up.
Heading 270 to descent.
270 and cleared the ILS 25 right approach.
November 5084 Victor, turn right heading 220.
Right heading 220, 84 Victor.
Over 8644, contact tower 18, that's
Okay,
470.
localizer now. Course is 250.
250.
Let's get that set correctly.
0 November 385, Tanzania terminal.
250 on course.
Sierra November 385.
There we are up there.
November 35, thank you. Turn left heading 270, descend to 5,000 feet.
Left please repeat.
220
Heading
knots.
270, descend to 5,000 feet.
Left 270, descending 5,000 feet, Sierra November 385.
November 5084 Victor, turn right heading 240, cleared IOS Whiskey approach 125 right.
240 on the heading and cleared the ILS Whiskey 25, 84 Victor. Okay.
And 84 Victor, you're going to make a speed 220 knots to establish.
220, 84 Victor. Which is just exactly what we're doing. So on the nav now, localizers armed.
Airborne passing 3,500 feet.
We're in our first stage of flat now.
001, Hotstart terminal identified, climb phase seat to 16,000.
He's very good, this guy. Very good.
November 385, turn left heading 250.
Sky November 385, 285, turning left 135.
Please turn left heading 250.
Left 350.
250.
Waiting for the localizer to come in. She's doing now.
125, Mike, turn left heading 010, descend to 3,000 feet.
010, 3000, what of Mike?
Oscar 8069, contact German control on 132.35.
13235, Vasco Air 8069, thank you.
Localizer established. On the approach.
Sierra November 385, turn left heading 190.
Left 190.
Thai Vietjet 120, contact tower 18.7 unit.
Tower 187, Thai Vietjet 120.
November 5084, Victor, contact tower 18.7 unit.
1187, thank you, service 84 Victor.
Continue number 2, Thai Vietjet 120.
16 miles. Tower, hello, November 84 Victor, 16 miles, 25 right.
Sorry for the delay, 255, you can land and wait.
Wonderful, 825 left, no Bravo for charging.
Tower, hello, November 84 Victor, 15 miles, 25 right.
Last station calling second, call sign one more time.
November 5084 Victor.
November 80, question number 5084 Victor, T5 right, continue number 3, transfer tower here.
Number 3, continue 84 Victor. Okay, there's the glide. Glide slope was captured. Bring the speed back to 180 knots. She's not giving us any restriction. That guy's pretty close in front.
Company 8644, expedite your vacate, please.
Vacate, Papa, second 8644, expedite.
And we've got a ground here, haven't we? 1219. Four. Second stage of flat now. Looking good for landing.
Before landing checklist. Landing gear lever.
8644,
Down indicating. No steer. Arm centered clear. Anti-skid. Armed tested. Passenger signs.
Thai Vietjet 120.
On. Wing cowl anti-ice.
Minimum 322.
And now target 120, expect vacate at Papa 4 or Papa 5 is able.
Roger, we'll try to vacate at Papa 4
On or
and
off.
or Papa
Continuous
5,
ignition.
Thai Vietjet 120.
On. Thrust reversers.
2500.
Armed. Spoilers. Stowed auto. Flaps.
Okay.
Set. Cast.
8644, request to cross
Clear.
runway 25 left.
Checked. Before landing checklist complete. After landing checklist next.
Cross 25 left, contact ground 121, Manan, get the 8644, good day.
Okay, MFD data, display menu, takeoff approach reference. We haven't, naughty boy, done our landing. Very naughty. Very naughty indeed. In all of that confusion, we didn't fill that in. Don't think I've got time to do it now.
Tower Thai VHF 120,
Yeah,
clear
we got it.
Papa 4.
Thai VHF 120, Thai standby, break on
21.
for Victor 25 right, clear to land, wind 340 degree at 4.
Clear to land, 25 right, 84 Victor.
1,000.
121 knots.
And Thai VHF 120, taxi Papa 5,
Very good.
cross 25 left, then contact ground 121.9 today.
Continue Papa 5, cross 25 left, and contact ground on the other side of 25
All
left.
very busy there, and I didn't set up the perf. Very naughty. 121. Autopilot's engaged.
Approaching 25 right.
I have the aircraft. So we're hoping to vacate off to the left at Papa 4 or Papa 5. Wind. Looks like a small tailwind here for some reason.
500.
See what? It's a two-man aeroplane now, this. Slightly low.
I'm 4, Charlie Juliet, clear for 25 left.
100.
Take off, no delay.
Clear takeoff, no delay, first flight.
50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Spoilers, reversers. Under 80 knots. Try some braking. And we can get off Papa 4. Papa 5 looks like. That's not set up on this scenery for some reason. That's coming up.
Tower, good evening, November 125, Mike, established Alice Whiskey 2 right.
November 125, Mike, 255, continue number 1.
Roger.
Number 4, Charlie Juliet, contact transfer terminal 125.5.
4255 for Charlie Juliet, bye-bye.
It's not a stop far for us, is it? So we go to there.
November 4, Victor Taxi Papa 5, cross 25 left, then contact transfer ground 121.9.
Papa 5, cross 25 left and then to ground. 84 Victor, thank you for your help.
Approaching 07 right.
It's clear. Right, could get a complicated taxi here.
Sierra November 35 landed.
Station calling you on the runway, contact tower 118.7.
Ground hello, November 84 Victor, just crossed 25 left and vacated at Papa 5.
Number 5084 Victor, good evening to set ground. Continue taxi on 08 Victor, stand number 6.
Sierra 8 Victor and stand 6 for 84 Victor. Sierra 8 Victor and stand 6. Okay. Sierra 8, which is there. Victor and stand 6. Where did he want us? Stand 6. Stand 6. Sierra 8.
Okay, 32 Charlie, clearance ready for you.
Go ahead, Cathay 32 Charlie.
Okay, 32 Charlie, clear to Singapore by SOPAF 2 Delta departure, mix of transitions. Runway 25 left, initial climb 9,000 feet, expect level 360, squawk 5766.
Cleared Singapore by the SOPAF 2 Delta departure, Nixif transition. Climb initially 9,000 feet and squawk 5766. Cathay 32 Charlie.
Cathay 32 Charlie, repeat is correct. Call me back for the collision slot. Correction, call me back for the startup clearance.
Roger, Wilco, Cathay 32 Charlie.
Long taxi.
Sierra November cleared 5, waiting for taxi instructions.
After landing checklist. Landing, pulse, recog lights. Off. Anti-collision lights. Off. Continuous ignition. Off. Windshield heat. Off. Probes.
Cross runway 25 left.
Off. Wing anti-ice.
Victor
Off.
and stand,
Cal anti-ice.
stand 78. Sierra November cleared 5.
On or off. Spoilers. Stowed. Flaps. 0. ATC TCAS. Alt on. Radar mode. Standby. After landing checklist complete. Engine shutdown checklist next.
So we can get it up on here.
Good evening, November 125 Mike, Papa 5.
Number 125 Mike, good evening to set ground, standby please.
Roger, holding position.
And 6.
Number 125 Mike, cross runway 25 left, then 08 Victor,
It's around
05
Sierra.
stand 17.
It's around Sierra 4.
Crossing to the left, 05, 08, Victor, 05, stand 17, November 125. And November 125 Mike, we are private aircraft. We request parking at General Aviation.
Number 125 Mike, say yeah please.
We are private aircraft. Request parking at General Aviation Apron.
Number 125 Mike, we don't have that kind of thing here, unfortunately. They park with the civilian traffic. So, most of the time, small aircraft will park at standard 128. So, you want to park there.
We can take any stand like 70, 80, or 90.
Oh yeah. Alright, so 125 Mike, start of your choice.
Thank you. We take Victor, then right Yankee 7 and take a stand of try. Thank you.
Looks like we're not supposed to have crossed that, but we got no choice. Scenery not entirely correct in that case. That's where he told us to go, down Victor, which is now correct. Stand 6, which is approximately where Sierra 4 is. Wow.
Off station, ground close, 10 minutes.
Stand 6 is around here somewhere. Let's see if we can see it on here now. There we go, in fact. Got it. Nice to have it geo-referenced on Navigraph, which it isn't on the actual Navigraph charts, but it is on the Navigraph app when you go into the VFR mode, interestingly. So this is stand 6 coming up here, which doesn't appear to exist. So I'm guessing he wants us down there. And a little apron there. Doesn't seem accurate, this airfield. I think this will do us. Very odd. Clear at all. What's going on there? Okay, there we have it. That was interesting. That's very unclear. The lights aren't there. So I hope you enjoyed that. We'll do our shutdown checks and get the aircraft to bed for the evening. Thank you very much, and hope you learned a little bit about the VR workings. As I explained at the beginning, this is by no means an attempt to show you how to fly the Challenger 650. As you see there at the end, I completely forgot to put the perf in, which is a first for me actually. I'm normally very hot on that, but just a little bit overloaded with the work there. But all good. Hope you enjoyed it. We will see you again very soon. Thank you for watching.